Hello there, we're going to talk about the wet bench engineer, equipment engineer, and the process engineer. Co-work with manufacturer and all kinds of vendors. This is the typical wet bench. The wet bench, you need to contact with so many vendors. The equipment engineer responsible for most of these. Process engineer responsible for the chemical solution. The chemical solution is the process engineer to contact, and if have any process issue, defect issue, lawyer issue, contact with the chemical solution supplier to come to the fab to have a discussion or simple meeting to figure out the solve issue investigation. And equipment engineer responsible for co-work with HEPA vendor, an IR fire sensor vendor, and the loader and unloader FOOP, loader and unloader vendor. Of course, the robot system vendor, and the process megasonic cleaner device vendor, and the chemical concentration meter vendor, and a gas concentration meter vendor. And very important is fire extinguisher system vendor. And connect to the control system, adding the UPS installation vendor. Of course, to heat the chemical solution by heater vendor, and the chemical filter vendor, and chemical pump vendor. And some wet bench manufacturer don't build a mahogany dryer tank. They just buy a mahogany dryer tank to install at their wet bench. So you need mahogany dry tank vendor. Of course, the wafer FOOP vendor, including the wafer transfer system vendor. And there are hundreds, even to thousands sensors at Wet Bench. So many sensors belongs to so many vendors, so need all sensors vendor to co-work. And for the throughput or equipment available time or the yield improvement, the equipment engineer co-work the modify vendor to modify the hardware, even the software, the modify vendors. And of course, the Wet Bench manufacturer, you need to contact with it, co-work with it. And perhaps the manufacturer is a foreign company. You need to co-work at first with local dealer, and so on and so on. So many vendors. And you can see that a Wet Bench manufacturer just buy so many assembly to combine them to build a Wet Bench. And of course, the equipment engineer needs to co-work with different departments at the fab, just like the manpower from the fab facility and the manpower UPS from fab facility. Also, the exhaust and a clean dry air and nitrogen gas and chemical supply system, the DR water supply system or drain system and sub water system and the vacuum system, all from fab facility department. And the equipment engineer co-work with them also. So you can see that one, so many equipment on the Wet Bench. So engineer needs to contact to phone the vendors and get parts from the vendors. Even call the service from the vendors and modify the equipment with the vendors. So the vendor is nearby your fab. Even all the vendors nearby the semiconductor industrial is very important. So if you If you're a fab alone in a faraway zone without so many vendors around you, you just call the vendor and send the parts, or call the vendor engineer to do the service, even call the vendor to co-work to modify your equipment, and call the vendor to edit your software. It costs several travel or deliver days. It is attractive. So, a successful semiconductor industrial zone needs to let the vendors come here, stay around you, to let you convenient to find them. Okay, let's see you next time.